Hello everyone, we're back with another Minish Cap Random Tournament Season 1 match. This time, the losers semifinals round 2. We have Goomba90 versus Hendrus01. I brought to you wonderful commentators. We have Hayden and Myth with you. How are you guys doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Terrific. I'm awake.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, really.
All right.
I'm awake.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Goomba and Hendrus today. The tournament's starting to really close in on the real top runners, so this is going to be a quite close match, hopefully. Yeah, Goomba's been out of playing for quite a while now. Their last match against it was against Nesman about like 3-4 weeks ago, so they've had a huge break since their last match. But yeah, Hendrus has just had lots and lots of matches. They've been doing very well to stay in the tournament this long.
This should be an interesting one, though, to say the least.
Yeah. Hendrus is going for Dampe on having the Force Sword, or at least that's what they put in their file names. Goomba not playing in French. Oh yeah, I know they like to do that. Yeah, not using the Goomba sprite. Unfortunately, we don't have sprites yet for Minish Cap. Yet.
Soon, but...
Definitely not soon. If anyone knows how much effort I've been putting into the sprite work, it's not soon. Oh right, and we are getting ready to go. Just a couple seconds left, and then we'll send our runners off.
Oh my lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh my lord.
Is that Pale Fools?
I think it is.
Well, I know where they're going straight away. I mean, they're gonna have to find a bomb bag first, but then, yeah, go to Veil Falls. Yeah, Veil Falls and Kinstone and the Lantern. Really big items to be finding this early. Kind of really dictating where you're going to go for the rest of the season. And there's the cape!
Oh my god. There's the caster wild.
Oh no, it wasn't a Veil Falls Kinstone. It was Cloud Tops and Caster Wilds are the two that we picked up.
Okay.
Yeah, and the cape. Okay, Lantern and cape, go to Temple of Droplets right away. We do want to know if Temple of Droplets is required first before we go there, but even if it isn't required... Oh, was that it?
I think it was.
Goomba's marked through... Okay.
I got confirmed it was it.
Yeah, that was definitely the Veil Falls Kinstone there. Okay, the shop is junk.
No, this is not a me seed. If it was, then
yeah, this seed. This is an iBot seed.
No, I thought Nori was scrolling. I guess not.
Alright, there's our map check. So, Cave of Flames and Fortress not required. So we do want to see someone go over to Temple of Droplets really early. That would be a decent play.
Moment on Carl's house. So we might not be seeing those for a while.
Oh yeah, inside the figurine house. You know what? Moments there isn't a bad thing at all. Like, this could be a Mitzla seed, because the only thing we need the moments for is to do Fortress, and to get the chests in the overworld that are locked behind Mitts. But if
Yeah.
nothing's locked behind Mitts, we don't need to.
It could literally come in at our last dungeon, to where we just find Carlo before we head into Fortress at like the end of the run, and Fortress just be go mode. Which, and if that's the case, it shouldn't hurt too much. But then again, anything can happen, so guess we'll just have to wait to see if we see Carlo anytime soon.
Yeah, Goomba's deciding to do the Minish checks in town early. Normally, you like to put off town checks, or
And
at
go
least I know
straight out
Goomba
into
likes
the open world.
to put off town and just hope that it's drunk for a long time. Okay,
Hendrus just found Grid Ring.
right. That is. Oh, now we're just looking for a bomb bag, and we can go to Vale Falls, which will be a big
Bomb bag.
lot
I
of
think
items
we actually know we are looking for bomb bag to go to Vale Falls. But I have a weird suspicion that we're gonna find a ball of purse.
The Minish cap is a little bit more linear than if you've seen Ocarina of Time Randomizer. It is much more linear than Ocarina of Time. There's a very set number of items that we need to be able to beat this game. We need to get all of the swords. Basically, everything that's on the tracker is kind of required to beat the game. We need the Gust Jar. We need the cane. We need the bow. We've got the cape and stiletto already. Yeah, whereas with Ocarina of Time, there's a far fewer number of items that are actually required to beat the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unlike in Ocarina of Time, where when you hit go mode, it's pretty much done from that point. You just go and beat Ganon, which is a fairly easy boss. In Minish Cap, you have to go through the entirety of Dark Arrow Castle, which is actually a very difficult dungeon and requires a lot of good execution on the runner's part to be able to do fast. We have seen races decided in Dark Arrow Castle with people simply hitting go mode within like 2 minutes apart. Doesn't mean anything in terms of the race. It can still come
You
down
could
to
have like a good run while you're neck and neck with someone.
Yeah.
And then execution just says otherwise, and then you lose that lead. And that's it.
Goomba's checking Hendrus Ledge. I think Hendrus did already check Hendrus Ledge today. Yeah, Hendrus is not going to let the Hendrus Ledge come back to bite him again after his last match against Dax, where they spent 2 hours looking for their foresword, and it was on the half ledge the entire race. Yeah, Hendrus didn't go to...
And there's a bomb bag, so...
Oh, okay, there's the bomb bag. This is fine for Hendrus. Hendrus was routing it this way for a reason. They're going to go to Southfield now, and they will be getting the Vale Falls Kinstone there. They wanted to get the bomb bag first before going down there, because it lets routing Minish Woods be much easier.
I mean, that's the preferred route when you're going through the start.
Yeah, so that the bomb bag is a really important item we want to be finding very early. Also, the small key, so not small key, a sword is a really important item to find. Yeah, Hendrus there was setting the quick warp for the for that area so that they could get the item from the Lon pot and then quick warp out of there instead of having to backtrack out after and having to re-shrink and exit that area. Setting the quick warp is faster. Yeah, we got Goomba checking Tingle Trees now. Goomba's taken a little bit longer because they did check all of the Minish checks in town. They didn't get anything out of that, though. I think the only thing left in town that they didn't do was Chicken Game.
Gee.
Oh, they did chickens. Okay.
No, Goomba covered everything.
Oh, Hendrus did. Okay, Hendrus did it. But Goomba did everything else other than Hendrus, so we do know that nothing's in town as of yet, and we do need some more items first before anything else will be available. There's Sword Beam. That's our first scroll.
Gotta love them cape jump.
Alright, Goomba's saving and going in to check the castle garden. That's to do a save scum if they don't find anything in here. Wait, did they already get the mitts? No. Wait, they did? Wait, does Hendrus have the mitts?
No,
Hendrus
no one has the mitts. The mitts are still in.
They're in the figurine house.
We don't even have
saw
Carl
them on the
medal.
visible
There's no way we're getting the mitts.
Yeah, we need to find a Karloff medal first to find the mitts, to be able to grab the mitts. But yeah, Hendrus doing quite the obvious play for this seed is like right away at the start we got Lantern and Cape, and that just tells you Templar droplets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do need a sword. That is another really early item that we want to be picking up, but we do have the bomb bag so far, so the runners shouldn't be too afraid about going into Templar droplets this early, because they can use the bomb bag to kill the scissor beetles. It'd be very difficult and require a lot of at least some practice of this before they want to attempt this. But I think Hendrus is just really hoping that their first sword is going to be on the rookie path.
I don't know. I have a weird hunch, seeing how we have everything to enter Vale Falls. So
Yeah.
I have a weird hunch that Vale Falls is going to have our first sword.
Yeah, Goomba is about to pick up their bomb bag. I really hope that they go to Vale Falls and do that. Okay, they quick bombed and quick warped. Yeah, they're going to go check Vale Falls out. This should be really good for Goomba. There's a lot of items here.
And with the fact of parting separately, this could work in his play or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see some routing divergence early on and see, okay, there's dog food.
Don't see that every day there.
Yeah, we're going to see who made, who's going to pay off more from their decision early on. Okay, Hendrus getting lots of health there. Doesn't
Okay, so nothing yet.
Oh, it was just a small key there. Now he has an option. He doesn't quick warp. He's going to continue going. Yeah, he's going to keep on going in Temple of Droplets and hope that there is a sword somewhere here. Oh my god, he gets a sword!
Oh my god!
Yeah, Hendrus getting paid off for sticking around here in Temple of Droplets. They're going to be able to use this sword to make doing the Dark Maze a lot easier now, instead of having to kill the Scissor Beetles with bombs. Yeah, that's our first sword right now. Goomba is about to hit the Vale Falls Cave, though. What's going to be in here? Okay, there's a scroll. Is that our spin scroll?
That
no,
is
it's
our
down for us. Alright, Goomba's got one more chest here. Well, I guess they can, after getting this chest, they can save and go and check Cloud Tops. Oh, they're getting bullied by these keys. Yeah, this area sucks if you don't have a sword.
It's so annoying.
Oh, okay, Goomba's had enough of that. He's like, nope, don't fancy that, leaving. They did have the option there. They could have saved and then gone into Cloud Tops and hoped that if there was... they could have grabbed something there. If there wasn't anything there, they could have saved scum back down to the bottom of the Vale Falls. But they didn't fancy the idea of picking up some progression up there and then having to backtrack all the way back down Pitfalls. They've got more than enough that's available in other areas that are much faster than Cloudtops right now, so it would be quite a risk to go to Cloudtops immediately.
Oh my god, there's Carlos Metal! Oh my god!
Alright, Goomba's gonna want to head back to town as quickly as possible to grab their mitts. And then with their mitts...
Hype Cave.
Yeah, they can go to Hype Cave and do a lot of other checks that involve the mitts. There is still the potential, though, that the mitts are actually a red herring, and that they might not even help at all. They're not necessarily required.
They're really not, but they could potentially have something. It's just not likely.
Yep, so we're going to see Goomba route through Minish Woods. They haven't picked up anything just yet. Hendrus is also going through the Dark Maze. Very risky to be doing the Dark Maze this early. They do get another bomb bag. Yeah, they are really low on hearts, but luckily Templar Droplets gave them a bunch of hearts really, like, right at the start. So
yeah,
that gives you just enough to be able to stay alive down here. Yeah, 5 is kind of the minimum going into Dark Maze. You have to be super careful with your health.
Temple has been really generous on giving hearts to Seed, so that's nice to see.
Yeah, Goomba is also on 5 hearts, and they haven't even touched Droplets yet, so they can, when they go there, they're going to be given a bunch more health.
Oh my god, second sword in there!
And another Kinstone that is...
That's a caster.
Oh, Caster Wilds is not what we want to see.
I think we're seeing an early caster once we see Red Sword.
That's a pretty good spot for a sword, though.
It is!
Because you're guaranteed to go along there. They need to kill Octo this seed. That's 2 swords in Templar Droplets. And there's Spin Attack. Spin Attack is on Bellari.
Oh boy, I think we're gonna see a sword over here.
Alright, Hendrus has got 2 more checks here in Templar Droplets, and then they're done. They found all of their small keys, so the underwater bot does have an item. Oh, drowns, but luckily they made sure to touch the lily pad before they came into this room, so it sets their spawn location. Roll attack.
Cloudtops found by Goomba.
Yep, Hendrus has got everything they can out of Templar Droplets right now.
Oh, is Goomba not going back to town to check figurine house?
Yeah, not just yet. They've got a couple of other things that they can route along the way. They can go into Lon Lon. They can grab 2 chests here in Lon Lon straight away as well.
That is fair.
Alright, they our runners just did a high five running past each other just there. Both going through the jumping over the lake at at Lon Lon at the same time. Okay, Hendrus picks up their Karlov medal. I think they might want to.
Hendrus is probably gonna go straight to Karlov's figurine house after this check.
Yeah. So who saw the mitts? Like which runner was it? Was it just Hendrus or?
I think it was Goomba that saw it.
It was Goomba that saw it. Okay, maybe Hendrus doesn't know.
He probably doesn't know, but if we know Hendrus, he's gonna immediately go over there. Because we try not to put Karlov's house on hold for too long when we have access to it.
Goomba is also going to check out Fifi first before doing anything else. Okay, they're going to... make their way through Lake Hylia first before going back to town to get their mitts. Right, Hendrus
Have we ever
is going
checked
back
Ruby
to town.
Cave? I can't remember if we checked the first Ruby Cave.
Yeah, we definitely did. That's
Oh
where...
my god, Judge Shark!
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Yeah, Hendrus not feeling the best about that, seeing as if they had their Gust Jar, they could have done more in Templar Droplets, and they'll be thinking in the back of their head, oh, if Goomba went to Minish Woods first, they would have found the Karloff Medal straight away, and then have gone to get the mitts and also got the Gust Jar. But Goomba hasn't gone there. They're going to Templar Droplets. They're going to dip into Templar Droplets without getting their Gust Jar.
Oh boy.
So they will, depending on how long they stick around, they'll get their 2 swords that Hendrus just picked up.
I would hope that Goomba doesn't leave, like, just midway before getting any of the sword.
I mean, we don't know. There was a possibility that Hendrus decided to just pick the rupee path, and then if there was nothing there, leave.
Yeah.
It does require taking a little bit of a gamble of trying to go through the dark maze of Templar Droplets without a sword, but you get a sword straight away, so it.
It really comes down to, are you willing to take the gamble?
Yeah, it comes down a lot to your the courage you have in your execution. How confident are you in being able to do Templar Droplets on low health without a sword? Some of these early routing opportunities are restricted by your confidence.
Yeah.
Alright, Goomba is going to... They haven't quick warped, so they don't want to leave. They're going to head over to the second half. They're going to get their first sword, and that's going to make them want to stay around here. Well, we don't know yet, what this race is going to be decided by.
We just know it's starting out by, like,
you get a considerable advantage at the beginning by having the the confidence to go into Templar Droplets on low health. A lot of people just do not like going into Templar Droplets early because the requirements for getting into Templar Droplets are really limited. It's like you only need a couple of things and you get to go there straight away at the beginning of the seed. But it's one of the later dungeons in the game, so it's very difficult to do and it's quite scary. Alright, we're going to see where Hendrus wants to go. They got their Veil Falls concern, but they didn't go up to Veil Falls. Okay. Not quite liking the idea of that just yet.
Oh, okay. I see what Hendrus is doing. He's gonna go do his mid check in Wake.
Yeah, they want to follow these mitts. The mitts are a very strong item. They open up a lot. And the first thing they're going to do with their mitts is going to go check out Cave 25. Cave 25 is the most item-dense location outside of Rupee Mania locations. Alright, there's a Peril Beam. Now, we're just one sword away from being able to access...
Western Woods.
Yeah, Western Woods. So that's on their mind right now, is where is that red sword?
I would think it'd be here.
Kane here, Sword and Deepwood. Yeah, they need access to Deepwood at some point.
They would either need their flippers or jabber.
What was that for Hendrus? There's a nut in South Vale Falls. Oh, did we see that from Goomba? Yeah, okay, so Goomba checked out the Rupee Mania spots in South Vale Falls and saw a jabber nut. So if we get Kane, that's access to Deepwood.
Unless we find flippers beforehand.
And yes, unless we find flippers, because either flippers or Jabbernut gives us access. Oh no! Goomba takes a death in Templar Droplets. That is the risk that you take with going to Templar Droplets early. That is a big blow. A lot of time lost at the beginning of the seed.
It's always nice to find.
Yeah, Goomba really convinced, though, that they need to keep on going in Temple of Droplets. A lot of people would have just cut their losses and left, but Goomba gonna really want to check out those Rupee Mania spots at the end of
He really wants to get to them.
Yeah.
He don't want to risk, like, leaving them.
I didn't see how far into the Dark Maze they got. They were pretty far. It was a fire snake room! Oh no! Oh, that's so far in. Well, I guess the whole thing's open now, so they can just rush through really quick. Just try and not take damage from these guys. Timing their rolls to make sure that they get invulnerability through these enemies. Yeah, this fire snake room, yeah. You gotta watch your feet.
Yep. Not the most best friendly place ever, but...
Yeah, Goomba going to activate the blue warp before checking out the items in the path.
Hendrus is finally going up to Vale Falls.
Yep, they checked out Grimblade. Goomba getting a little bit low on health. 2 hearts should be fine for this. Yeah, this fight is a lot harder for Goomba than it is for Hendrus, because Hendrus had the green sword doing this fight because they got the items first. Yeah, Hendrus spots that nut. And also grabbing the dog food as well. Yeah, Goomba just double checking. They make sure to make sure they've got the kinstones that they think they have, and now into the lily pad basement. Yeah, just like Hendrus, they can only grab 2 items here, and then they're gonna have to leave.
I would like to see, I know this probably isn't the best play at the time, but I would like to see Hendrus just check to see what he could find in Club.
Alright, and we saw Hendrus pick up the remote bombs. I think they were in the cave.
They were on Beanstalk and Cave.
Oh, they were on the Beanstalk. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, remote bombs really nice to have. Just gives some convenience to how you can use your bombs and help speed some things up. They may decide to go back to town and go to under the school because they can go through that cave quite quickly. Alright, Goomba finally hands in the Karlov medal that they have, gets the Gustar and the mitts. Yep, and they've got their green sword and the cape, which means that they can do 3 of the checks here on Swiftblade. Okay, Hendrus is going to go into Cloud Tops. We're going to see what Goomba was missing out on their first trip up here, and if the Goomba bailing out of Cloud Tops was did save them time. Yeah, and yeah, that's another thing with Cloud Tops as well. There are 3 chests here that are locked by mitts. If there was something in those mitts chests that Hendrus can get now and Goomba wouldn't have got earlier, then it was a good thing that Goomba left now, because then they can then they won't have to do 2 trips to Cloud Tops to get that item. Yeah, and Hendrus is in Cloud Tops, which it has the best music in this game. He does pick up a bottle. That bottle is quite big. That has just opened up all of Mount Krenel. Basically, everything is available now in Mount Krenel. Yeah, that bottle is quite concerning, because Cave of Flames is not required, so everything on Mount Krenel could be completely junk. It could be completely barren and a complete waste of time, and it takes a lot of time going there. You can spend 15-20 minutes full clearing Mount Krenel. But yeah, the bottle was locked by the mitts, so Goomba wouldn't have been able to get that on their first trip up here. Okay, that was Hendrus's last item, I think? Did they? Yeah, that was Hendrus's last item up here. The loot they got was the bottle. We don't know if that was important. Just like the Mong mitts, not necessarily required, just opens up more checks. Yeah, Goomba's going to go for this cave without their remote bombs, so this cave does go a little bit slower. Having some trouble with the bombs as well. The bombs speed up the time it takes to explode when you pick them up off of the ground. Okay, there was a butterfly there. That was a bow butterfly. Yeah, bow butterfly really handy. Makes a lot of things, especially in Dark Horror Castle, much easier. Particularly the Vati 2 fights, and also if you're doing the Northwest Tower, it becomes much easier with the butterfly. Yeah, well, we're doing some work now on sprites in the Minish Cap. So as soon as that sprite works are done, then it will just come down. It will just come down to whoever wants to put the time into making a sprite of their favorite character or something in Minish Cap. The thing is, it's just a lot of work on the artist's hand. Like, They need to make 8,000 poses, which is a considerable amount of work. All right. Hendrus is checking out the Trilby Mitz Caves. And they're going to go for Mount Krenel. There isn't really much available to them right now. I don't know if we saw a check from the Minish Woods Mitz Caves. Okay, there's another bottle. That was a locked bottle. Hendrus hasn't gone to Bellari yet. That is right. So where they want to know where their spin attack is, because that's where this Goomba's got their spin attack was from Bellari. So Hendrus wants to head over there. Though if Hendrus can hold off, and if they find the flippers over here, that will be quite strong, because then they can go route in Minish Woods in one go, and also be able to do Deepwood at the same time. Though this is quite a considerable gamble from Hendrus, because Hendrus doesn't know they could find their flippers or their cane in Minish Woods. Yeah, or the cane as well to also get the nut. Flippers would be very nice, because they could also do the Flippers Cave in Minish Woods at the same time. Right, Goomba heading into Minish Woods. They'll go to the Like Cave. You know what? Progression might actually be locked here to actually getting the mitts and the bottle and coming up to Mount Krenel. We're running out of spots, really. Not much left to do.
I will be right back.
Alright, nothing in the Like Cave in Minish Woods. I think the only two other things that we haven't done in the overworld are the Farmer Mitz Cave and Gregor01. Yeah, so the Gust Jar and the bombs can both be used to clear the dust on Mount Krenel. Yeah, a lot of people used only the Gust Jar because you had that in the vanilla game as well. But yeah, you can use either of those two items to be able to clear the dust. The Gust Jar is the best one to use because you don't have to use up your bombs to be able to do it. Oh, Hendrus finds the flippers! Oh, that's so good for Hendrus. Yeah, rip nut, not required.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, Hendrus just picked up their flippers. They were on Mount Krenel, so now we can go to Deepwood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, Goomba's cleared out as much as they can. Oh wait, no, they still haven't done Grimblade. They're going to do Grimblade, but I think Goomba is just locked here into going back to Cloudtops and then getting their bottle. Oh, and there was the Ocarina as well for Hendrus.
Ooh.
Yeah, like everything's getting locked over in Mount Krenel, so yeah, this looks like a very linear sequence of progressions for this early game. Sure, there were two swords in Temple of Droplets. You could have actually not gone to... Wait. Oh no, the Veil Fool's Kinstone was in Templar Droplets, was it? No, no, the Veilful's Kinstone was in South Hyrule Field. Oh, Hendrus wants that shield. Yeah. Gonna actually go through this cave. You don't see many people go through the Hermit Cave there to actually get the item that's locked behind it. Alright, Hendrus getting to the top of the beanstalk. What's going to be there? There's a boomerang and the power bracelets. Yeah, not the worst haul you could get out of that beanstalk. But nothing necessarily required just yet. The power bracelets will come into play, though, when we're going to Palace of Winds. Yeah. And also, I'm sure we've seen the item at the lake cabin. I think it's junk. So they'll be able to use the power bracelets to get that. We can't get it just yet. Actually, no, we can get it. We can sequence break that item. At least Hendrus can, because they can use the Ocarina and the Flippers. Damn. Okay, Hendrus didn't get their red sword on the Rainy Path check, but they quick warp out and use their Ocarina. Okay, Goomba is now in Cloudtops. Yeah, Goomba is behind at this point because they had to go through Dark Maze and Temple of Droplets twice. They died right at the end, which lost them a lot of time. So they are going to be slightly behind at the beginning point of this seed. Yeah, we're approaching 40 minutes now, so we're starting to hit the midpoint of the seed where the world's really opened up. We've got lots of items to go and check stuff, and it's kind of just your options now. Where do you want to go and take this? Yeah, Hendrus has a full clearable Deepwood Shrine that's required right now. Really want to head over there and do that, and that's what they're doing right now. Yeah, remember, Cave of Flames is also not required, so it would be a considerable gamble to go all the way to Cave of Flames right now. Maybe not that considerable, because you do have your Ocarina, and there are some items that you can check right at the beginning of Cave of Flames, so it could be worth just spending the 3 minutes it takes to go through that vanilla route to grab and to check the items that you can get at the entrance of Cave of Flames. And then you would also shorten the time it takes for you to go back there later, but yeah, it is a gamble, and when you have other options available like Deepwood Shrine, it makes you want to go to Deepwood Shrine instead. Yeah, Hendrus is also still missing their spin attack. They'll be getting it on Bellari. Yeah, gonna wonder what Hendrus will choose to do for their routing. Really, they're not going to get anything that's going to speed up Deepwood Shrine. They already have the Cape, Lantern, Gust Jar, a good enough sword, bombs. They can do everything in Deepwood, so there's no reason why they shouldn't go there and full clear it right now. And then just do the Bellari area afterwards on the way out. Yeah, Goomba has got their bottle from Cloudtops, and now they can head over to Mount Krenel, following Hendrus, and they'll be picking up their Flippers and Ocarina from there. Yeah, Goomba should be feeling a little bit behind because of that death in Temple of Droplets. May make an impact on their routing decisions. They might either knuckle down on consistent routing and you know, try and do their best execution-wise to catch up with their opponent, or they could start making some more considerable gambles. They may even decide that Cave of Flames is a worthwhile gamble. Yeah, it's only green swords so far after 40 minutes. Both of the swords in Templar Droplets. So if Templar Droplets could have been avoided so far, you could have just not gone there and done all of the rest of the progression that the seed has had to offer without having those swords from Templar Droplets. Yeah, the ban list season is about to end soon. I do think it is the beginning of June that it will end. So we are at the end of May now, so we've only got a couple days left. Oh, is it? It's until the end of June. Okay. Yeah, we'll double check with Hendrus after this race, because they are behind the ban list. Yeah, I need to give some other people a chance to roll some seeds. iBot's rolling today's seed. I'm at the top of the ban list at the moment, and we need to get some other people rolling seeds to try and knock me off top spot, so I don't have to do the punishment seed. Right, Hendrus through the first half of Deepwood hasn't found anything really important so far. It's certainly possible, Trent. Deoxys rolled an awful seed, and they're in second place. They've only rolled 2 seeds in total, so... Yeah, no, it's not out of the question. Like, if you roll a bad enough seed, you can get enough points to zoom up the leaderboard.
I think we all know that Myth is just gonna keep the lead and have to do the punishment no matter what.
Oh, Hayden, you're still in with a chance for this. You just need to roll some right stinkers. Get people angry.
Okay, I can do that.
Alright, Hendrus gets their boss key for Deepwood Shrine. Don't think we've seen anything else over here. But Goomba's picked up their flippers, and they'll be picking up their ocarina from the bomb fairy here. Yeah, we thought that this might have been a sword beam seed because we got a sword beam straight away, but then we got the cape as well, which ruined that. All right. Oh, oh yeah, that's right. We had Cape super early. Cape was even, yeah, Cape was in the Rupee Mania caves, so yeah, it wasn't even an opportunity. Yeah, Goomba also sees the shield there on the Hermit Cave and is like, gonna have to dig all the way to get that shield. You can't
Can't
really
skip it.
get up. We've had Baron Western Woods, yeah. Well, yeah, Baron Western Woods likes to be a thing. Okay, Hendrus full clears Deepwood Shrine. They're missing a small key right now, and I think it's on the boss. It depends if they use the small key to get into the Madapillar room. I think they use their lantern. If they use their lantern, then there is a guaranteed small key on the boss, and then the other items in element. Yeah, well, okay, we're approaching 50 minutes now, and still the red sword is eluding us. Where is it? Hendrus has cleared out Deepwood Shrine. There's nothing here. There's no sword. Oh, Goomba gets the boots! Yeah,
Oh,
so
boy.
Hendrus will be getting this pretty much straight after doing this dungeon. Goomba is gonna want to go into Deepwood Shrine after grabbing this cave, but yeah, that's the advantage Goomba's gonna get out of going to this cave first before going into Deepwood Shrine. They'll be able to use the boots. Boots don't really help out that much in Deepwood Shrine. There's not really anywhere that you can use the boots to speed up movement. But the boots could give us some opportunities, item opportunities. We have Castle Garden, we've got some stuff in Lake Hylia and South Hyrule Field. There's other things that are available with those boots. At least Red Sword isn't in Fortress. Yeah. Wait till... Yeah. Wait until entrance rando. Okay, Hendrus gets their spin attack from Bellari. They'll also be picking up their boots. I mean, that's what happens when you put off Bellari for 50 minutes. Alright, and also picking up the Pegasus boots. Yeah, after clearing out Deepwood Shrine, it's not looking great so far. You just got some overworld stuff, and the only dungeon that's open right now is Cave of Flames. You could go back to Templar Droplets. There's... Well, you got 3 more items that have opened up, 4. Still can't do Octo unless there's a 3rd sword in Templar Droplets, but you don't really want to be gambling that.
You really don't.
Yeah, I think the scrubs are having a watch party going on right now, trying to drag everyone into their voice school. Oh, Vanilla Sword and Malari. Yeah. Especially on this seed. Yeah, for their options right now, yeah, Hendrus are going to kind of want to follow the boots here. I think following the boots is your best option here.
I would agree.
It's your most recent item. It's locked behind the flippers. That was locked behind everything else. This is shaping out to be a very linear seed, so just follow the linear progression. You find an item, follow that item. It will take you to your next progression. Yeah, that is the thing that they're going to have to start considering is, when is it time to go to Cave of Flames?
I just thought of something. What if the cane?
Neither of them decided to go to Cave of Flames. They got their flippers and Ocarina when they were at Mount Cranel, which made them really want to leave because they got access to Deepwood. They went to Deepwood and there was nothing there. And since then they got their Pegasus boots, so want to follow those Pegasus boots.
So, what if Kane is actually in its vanilla check?
Yeah. And it doesn't even need to be vanilla, it just needs to be in the entrance of Cave of Flames. Like
Yeah,
that.
it could be French vanilla too.
Yeah, we were thinking about that. So Goomba took a death in Templar Droplets at the end of the Dark Maze and lost a lot of time, so that's why they're behind Hendrus right now. We were debating whether or not Goomba's death is going to impact their routing decision making, and if they're either going to knuckle down on more consistent routing and going for like just trying to do better execution to win this, or if they're going to start making more gambles and plays. If they were going to go for more gambles, like Cave of Flames was definitely a prime opportunity to make a gamble. Oh, or we could have like what we had not that long ago, where it's a cane in Fountain.
That could happen too. Thank you, Batlover.
Oh, Ibot, was it your last seed that did that? Yeah, we have seen Kane in Fountain not that long ago. I think it was in a weekly that Ibot rolled. Yeah, Hendrus hasn't done the Minish checks in town, so yeah, they're at the point in their routing where they have to just bite the bullet and start doing some of the Minish checks in town, even though they take so long. They put it off for too long. Yeah, that's right. Francois found it and forgot to check Moldoses. Yeah, Hendrus picks up the bow butterfly in the school basement. Still don't have the bow yet, so can't make use of it, but it is definitely handy to have. Yeah, they're really just narrowing down the opportunities that are available right now. Yeah, very difficult to make a decision right now of where you want to commit to. At the moment, they're just gonna go for whatever overworld location seems the fastest to them at the time. Hendrus is gonna go into the fountain.
Oh boy.
Right. Yeah, the fountain's quite a bit of a commitment here. Gonna see if it's gonna pay off. Yeah, only 2 items here. Like, going to the castle moat would be possibly a better option right now. Much faster to go there. Yeah, okay, just junk on that heart piece spot in the fountain. If there's going to be anything in this chest.
No.
Oh, no, the fountain was not the play.
The fountain was indeed a lie.
Alright, what else does Hendrus have available to them? They're going to shrink down again. What did they not do? Oh, did they not do the shop roof? Oh, they skipped the shop roof. Yeah, they're gonna have to get going with that. I think we've checked Gregor1, right? I'm pretty sure we saw someone do that.
Yeah.
And I think Hendrus did Swift Blade's dash attack. Yeah, they really want to put off Cave of Flames until later. Okay, Hendrus is doing Cuckoo Game. So, was it Goomba that we saw do Cuckoo Game straight away? I thought it was Hendrus, but no, Hendrus hasn't done it.
Apparently, Goomba did everything in town when that could be done at the time.
Yeah, Goomba did Cuckoo Game. Yeah, for both of these top level runners, it's not too difficult to do the Cuckoo Game. Very consistent when you get used to how the Cuckoos move. Yeah, I thought Hendrus did it right before doing Hendrus Ledge because they were really they really wanted to make sure that they did it as early as possible.
Have we checked any of the extra Switchblade dojos that are left behind the flippers yet?
We haven't checked the one in Northfield, or the moat, or the garden fountains, the castle garden
The
fountains.
one progression is on one of the dojos.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the last thing that we have left. Is those things in Northfield? Oh, that's right. We got Simon's Simulation. Yeah, they wanted to put this off until they had Great Spin, but now there's just not much left available to them. They need to get this done now.
Before it decides to change it up again.
Oh my god, if the cane was here on Simon's Simulation the whole time, they could have avoided the last hour of progression with the Mitts bottle.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yes, we can burn Mitch for a tree. I'll get the fire. Then we go buy the pitchfork.
Burn the witch. Why? I'm just lost for words. How did I predict that? Oh my god, so all of our progression has all been completely pointless.
Oh my god.
We didn't need the bits. We didn't need a bottle. We didn't need the flippers. We didn't need... Oh, we don't know if we needed the boots or not yet.
Aaron, to answer your question, who's banned? This is iBot Seed, so you're banning iBot. And Myth, apparently you have the Monado. Are you seeing it in the future?
There was such an opportunity here for either of them to have done Simon Simulation early, got the cane, and just have an immediate advantage over their opponent. So yeah, it was just down to how long they wanted to put off doing Simon Simulation.
Trent, it's because we could have had it so sooner in the run after we got first sword. Nothing else mattered.
Everything they've been doing for the last 40 minutes has just been a red herring. It was completely avoidable. They didn't need to do any of this.
It was total bait to throw them off from doing Simon Simulator. And now, Myth, now you know why I always do simulators so early.
Oh, that's right. Boots are required for Royal Crypts, so, yeah. But the thing is, all of their progression up to this point hasn't led to anything really important. Yes, the boots were required, which were locked by the flippers, which were locked by Bottle, which were locked by Mitts. They could have gone to Deepwood early and full cleared Deepwood using the Jabbernup. And then wherever the next progression after this, it's probably locked behind the cane. Unless it's locked behind the boots.
Tingle.
Wait, have we got a Tingle Trophy yet?
Yep,
oh, there's a Tingle Trophy.
So, Myth, we're going to see if we can both be witches. I'm going to predict that Tingle actually had progression to see. And I'm going to say it's a sword.
Oh, Hendrus picks up an easier bottle. You didn't need to go to Cloudtops to get your first bottle. Yeah, so that was a way that you could have saved a lot of time not having to go to Cloudtops for your first bottle by getting it in lower Veil Falls. Alright, what's on Tingle?
Damn it.
Junk. Yeah. Alright, Goomba making the play into Temple of Droplets. There are 4 items they can get here. Gonna see if they'll get anything out of this. I think we've seen the map in Temple of Droplets. I don't know what else we've seen. Oh, all swords in Temple of Droplets. Yeah, and another 2 swords back here, and then the last sword on
Octo.
On Octo. This seed will go down in history if it was all swords in Temple of Droplets.
It will become the new meme.
Oh, they found map and compass in Temple of Droplets. Okay, so it's only items from this point. Yeah. Goomba was really hoping to get their red sword before coming back here so they could do everything in one go. Or at least just do the boss and then make a decision at that point if they wanted to commit to blue tube. Alright, Hendrus goes back to Fountain, doesn't get anything.
Oh my god!
Oh! Where's the seed? Dude! Oh, there's the great spin!
Oh my god!
It's hitting me right now. Alright, Goomba's got everything they need to do the rest of the dungeon. That's 3 swords in Templar Droplets. All the swords we've seen so far are all in Templar Droplets. This is mind-boggling.
Oh my god.
Oh, this could have all been done in a single dip of Templar Droplets if you had gone to Minish Woods first and got the Karlov medal, and yeah, gone to the figurine house to get your Gust Jar, and then when you came to Templar Droplets the first time with your Gust Jar, you would have got all of the swords you needed in Templar Droplets. You know, I like to say it's like if you got your green sword and you're looking for your red sword, it's probably in Templar Droplets. But it just so happens in this scene, all 3 of your swords were in Templar Droplets.
This is something else, folks.
Is Goomba gonna last location that Kane? Probably, maybe. I don't know. If you've got... I like to say if you have Great Spin and at least the green sword, then there's no reason why you shouldn't do Simon Simulation. With the Great Spin and at least green sword, it's very fast. If you got anything less than that, then it can be slower.
Hendrus does need to go back to...
Yeah, that's the thing. Both Goomba and Hendrus are missing items in horrible places. Hendrus has to go back to Temple of Droplets without their red sword to get their red sword, which is just awful. No, you don't want to do that. And Goomba having to get the cane on Simon Simulation. Oh. Something that was available to you so early in the seed. Yeah. Goomba put the time investment early in to do things like Coco Game, all of the Minish checks in town. They didn't decide to do Simon Simulation. It was literally the one thing they didn't do in town early on. And it's the one thing that's going to come back to bite them.
It's down to this point where, do you have faith that you're going to find your item and drop?
Yeah, Goomba didn't have a sword at the time of clearing town. They did have to go into Temple of Droplets first. Alright, clearing up these Matter Pillars. Nothing left between them and the boss. They have boots and shield. Gonna see if they do Octominute. I don't believe Goomba knows how to do Octominute.
I don't think either, but it's been a while since I've seen him.
I've been proven wrong in the past by people I didn't think knew how to do it, just pulling it out of the bag.
I hope he knows how to do it.
Hendrus is going to the Crown. They have the cane. They can speed this up a lot. There may be another sword here. Hopefully, if they get another sword here, that will let them go to Temple of Droplets.
Or a book.
Oh, or a book. Is that our first book? I think that is, right?
I think it is. In logic, I think that is our first book.
Okay, Hendrus saving in here. Oh. Okay, they're going to do the save scum here. A bit unnecessary because they do have the Ocarina, so they could just have just gone through here, got to the other side, seen if it was junk or not, and just Ocarinaed back to the entrance to Cave of Flames.
They could have. I think they were just under the mindset of doing it with Icon done.
I mean, if Hendrus does find a sword here in Cave of Flames, that would be very good for them because
Oh
they'll
my
have their
god,
red sword.
Myth.
Yeah.
Hendrus has found all the caster kingdoms.
Oh no! Oh, and there's a bow.
You know where they're going after Cave of Flame.
Are they gonna go there? Oh, they're just gonna use the ocarina to flute. Okay, okay.
Logic is basically saying do Cave of Flames, and then immediately after that, go to Western Woods with Red Sword.
This could all be a complete red herring with both Cave of Flames and Fortress. But the thing is, Hendrus still doesn't have a red sword. You know what? Actually, not finding a sword here would probably be best for Hendrus, actually, because then it would force them to last location Templar Droplets sooner.
Yeah. Which would help him.
Yeah.
I don't think Goomba's going to be going to do Simon for a while. Most likely Goomba's going to, like, finish
Goomba's going to head to Western Woods immediately.
Yeah.
Then it will just be down to what they find there. We can't really make any predictions of what they're going to do after that point. If there's a sword and graveyard key, go to graveyard. Alright, Goomba picks up their second element. Right, they've nearly done everything here in Temple of Droplets. There's one thing left to do, and that's Blue Chew. Gonna see if Blue Chew is something they want to do. They don't. Nope, skip Blue Chew. Don't fancy doing it right now. They have their red swords. Want to go check out Western Woods as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Left a blue sword and Blue Chew.
If that's actually the case, I bought, you're totally banned.
Alright, what is Goomba going to get from the first check here in Western Woods?
A Cloud Top.
Oh, Cloud Tops. Okay, Cloud Tops is good. That was a Mitz Butterfly?
And I think we just found another Cloud Tops in Cave of Queen on Hendrus' part.
Oh, what's that?
So that's 4 out of the 5.
Yeah, that is 4. We're looking for one more here in the commentary box.
Goomba,
Yeah.
Goomba, you're supposed to be skipping Percy, not doing Percy.
Yes, skip Percy. When does Percy ever have anything? Always skip Percy.
Don't do Percy, kids. Just skip it. Percy's never done anything good for us.
Yeah, see, a load of junk. Why would you ever do Percy? Just a waste of time.
Just go say hi to Percy and tell Percy that you're not going to check him. Yeah, but getting paid doesn't do us anything in this game. Money means nothing in Rando.
Yeah. Money is pretty pointless in this game. There's
used
just way
to
too much
be-
money.
It used to have a purpose, but then updates came.
Oh, there's a bow! There's a bow in Western Woods, which meant that, yeah. I mean, you still need to come to Cave of Flames because there is a Cloudtop's Kinstone here in Cave of Flames. Hendrus stuck having to down thrust the Chews. He does have spin attack, which means that he could have done the speedrun strat to clear this room, but
I don't think he thought about it before he jumped down.
it's a difficult fight that requires practice, and you need to know how to do the speedrun strat.
Oh, Nori, I remember that. That was fun. Never again.
Yeah, Goomba very glad to find that bow before heading into Castor Wilds. Gonna let them clear out a lot of stuff in here.
Oh, do we have 7 scrolls?
Do they already have 7?
Yes, Goomba does. We can see what's on what's way the purse. Nothing.
Goomba has his text speed on slow, by the way.
Oh my
Forgot to
lord.
set that at the beginning of the seed, so they've been losing. They'll probably lose about a minute, I think, and on their end time due to slow text speed. Maybe a minute is a bit on the high end.
I mean, it seems close, but it's a little bit too high. Yeah. It hasn't been doing too much damage to him on his run, so I would think it'd be a little bit less.
Alright, Hendrus is in the back end of Cave of Flames, gonna see if there's anything here on in the lava basement. They did pick up their second book. Ooh, Hendrus trying to do this jump in one go. Yeah, it have to be pretty tight. He was a bit too far away.
There
we
we
go. He
go.
gets the jump. Yeah, very
I'm still
tight
learning
jump.
that jump. I need to learn that jump, actually.
It just requires you to, like, wait
It
for
requires you to do what you normally do
We
in
got-
chocolate.
We got Dax Compass. Alright, Hendrus is going to go for Glee Rock. We're going to see if Glee Rock's going to be required this seed. At least a dip into Cave of Flames was required, but not... We don't know if going all the way through to beating the boss is. Yeah, they do have the bow butterflies, so they can speed up this fight with the bow. They did have to wait for the head to drop there, which does mean that this fight... They didn't speed up that cycle. Yeah, Goomba is going to be doing Minish checks in town. Sorry, not in town, in Castor Wilds. Gonna see if they're gonna follow this through into checking hiking as well. In Cave of Flames, there was a Cloudtop's Kinstone, so we're required to at least go to Cave of Flames at some point. In Castor Wilds, wasn't anything. We found stuff in Western Woods, but not in Castor Wilds so far. Oh yeah, and Cave of Flames also had a book. We do need to find one more to know if that's going to be required. There's a Lon Ranch key, not going to help us at all. Alright, Hendrus finishes up Glee Rock. Yeah, Lon going to be joining the Jabbernet as being non-required items.
Oh wow, another boomerang.
There's the second boomerang. Alright, what's the second item going to be on Glee Rock? Oh, okay. They're right. There's one more thing left, and that's Malari. Is Malari gonna have anything? Is Malari gonna have a vanilla sword?
We never see vanilla stores on Malari these days.
I
If
need
we
to
see
shut up.
You do! What's gonna happen?
Oh, it was junk. Oh, okay. So Glee Rock wasn't required. All right. Goomba is in hiking. Gonna check the last spot. Is there anything? No. Hiking was junk as well. Now, what else do they have left to do? Oh, Goomba didn't check out the Long Cave here. That's an important one you want to do.
Yeah.
I find it's very common that you find your red sword in Templar droplets, and then you leave and want to go to Western Woods, and this is normally a cave you want to do on the way there. All right, Hendrus is back in Templar droplets. Yeah, Hendrus really doesn't have anything left to do. They cleared out the Minish checks in Castle Garden. I think they're last vacationing here in Templar droplets. They will be getting their red sword though, and that's going to let them go back to go through Western Woods and then go through Castle Wilds. Right, Goomba. What is Goomba doing? Goomba's getting water. They're going to go to the fountain. Oh, I thought they were going to go for the Simon simulation there for a second.
I was hoping that too. I don't think Goomba realizes that it hasn't been done yet on his part.
Yeah. Goomba does have an extra check here. They have Dr. Left's house, because they did have the power bracelets and the red sword. Yeah, I just hope that Goomba hasn't accidentally mismarked Simon. I think they're doing manual tracking on everything they're doing, so if they accidentally right-clicked on the eastern shops to mark off getting the figurine house, they may have just completely forgotten that they've done Simon, which would be disastrous.
It would. Yeah, that would really hurt them in the run.
Yeah. Yeah, Goomba has checked everything in Temple of Droplets except for Blue Chew. Yeah. Yeah, Trent, you're right, they are the Western shops. Why have we always called them the Eastern shops?
Because we weren't thinking straight?
Oh my god, we've had this name on the tracker for 8 months. We called them the Eastern shop. We're so dumb. Both of mine and Cube's trackers, we have them as Eastern shops and just never renamed them. But Goomba is going to be going into... Oh! Goomba! Goomba, no! Oh my god, Goomba! Goomba got mad that the game changed because they did Temple of Droplets early. So they're not going to do it, and then they're going to miss out on their cane! Oh no! That is such a big oof. Like, oh, you have to be so careful with Simon. If you do Temple of Droplets first before doing Simon, you get a harder fight. And if you, yeah, Goomba just saw the harder fight and was like, nope, don't want to do it.
Well, that's a rip.
Alright, Goomba getting their first book.
I mean, Goomba could do it perfectly fine.
Oh, Goomba's probably going to go round to Cave of Flames now. It's not going to hurt them massively. They're going to lose 3 minutes over Hendrus here because they're going to have to do the vanilla round. But they can get their Cloudtop's Kinstone without the cane. So if it turns out that the cane is their Go mode item later on in the seed, they're not going to have to then backtrack to Cave of Flames to find their last thing, because they could last location they could Go mode their cane and just use that to go straight to Dark Tower Castle. Yeah, unless book is required. Yeah, if something's on Yulari, then missing that cane is very bad. The only thing Kane has locked is a book. Kane has not locked really anything else so far. Yeah. Okay, Hendrus, after picking up their red sword, they didn't do Octo. They have opted to go immediately to Western Woods and follow that through into Castle Wilds. Are they rushing Fortress right? No, okay, they're not. They're just pushing that. They were just pushing that boulder. But yes, cane is one of our required items in the game to beat Vati. Vati 3, you need to use the cane to break his arms. They do have all of the items necessary to beat the game. Hendrus is just missing 2 swords and the Cloudtop's Kinstone, and then they're in Go mode. Goomba, also 2 swords and one of the Kinstones in Cave of Flames, and then they're missing the cane and the last Kinstone. And oh yeah, and Graveyard Key. That's right. We need the Graveyard Key.
This is just too painful to watch under the most part.
Oh, Vanilla Graveyard Key. We can't check that just yet. We do need the blue swords. That would be interesting. Oh yeah, I think it was Nimbus said earlier is blue sword on blue chew. Oh no. Oh, the cane is used for disarming Vati 3. Thank you, chat. Thank you for brightening my day.
I mean, they're trying their best.
Oh, sorry, iBot, you said that. Oh, you said blue sword on Octo, 4 sword on blue chew. Okay. Yeah, but then there wouldn't have been 4 sword on Octo meme.
It would be all swords and droplets meme.
Yeah, lots of people say, well, Buffet. Wow, Buffet.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just getting on with a lot of checks that we've seen the other person do. Yeah, Templar Droplets was Templar Swords so far. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to have all of our swords in Templar Droplets. There's only 1 check left, which is Blue Chew. It can't have 2 items, our last 2 swords, so rip the all swords in Droplets seed. I mean, Goomba will have to bail out of Cave of Flames because they don't have the cane. They are going to do some of it. I think they're gonna have to do everything up to the Spiky Chew fight and then bail.
They should at least be able to get on Kinstone here.
Okay, they're just leaving. Well, at least they have the Ocarina Warp. No, it was that Castikin Stone. They picked up the Castikin Stone, and they're going to go to Fortress.
Fortress of Goomba?
Fortress of Go mode. I mean, it won't be for Go mode for Goomba. They are missing their cane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fortress. I mean, if Goomba wasn't missing the cane, Fortress would probably be the best play right now. And also missing the last Cast of Wild Kinstone, missing a Cloudtop's Kinstone in Cave of Flames is bad.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and of course there would be a Cloudtop's Kinstone locked in a non-required fortress to go to required palace. Like, of course, that's what how the seed would lay out.
No, I don't think it's gonna be a Kinstone. I think it's gonna be Blue Sword.
Oh, Blue Sword. I mean, it would. If a Kinstone's locked behind by any of the items down here, then it's still the same logic-wise. You would need to go to a non-required fortress to
Which
gain
is
access
also
to
gonna lead to
required.
our Graveyard Key, probably.
Oh yeah, Graveyard Key.
Which will then lead to Dompe, which I'm gonna agree with.
Don't worry, we have no idea who's winning either. This is rando. You never know until someone hits go mode whether or not. And even in go mode, you still don't know who's in the lead. Yeah, Hendrus has the advantage of having the cane. They've just got their red sword. We're gonna want to see. You know, Goomba, in terms of progression through the seeds so far, is slightly ahead because... Wait, where's Hendrus going to go? Oh, they're going to check out Greyblade. Okay. Goomba's getting a little bit of a lead here going through the Wind Ruins. So if Hendrus follows Goomba into here, Goomba's going to be ahead in that sense. But again, looking at it the other way, Hendrus has a cane. Goomba does not. Goomba needs to go back to town and get that because it's required.
Doesn't want to because it upgraded Simon.
Yeah, well, Hendrus... Yeah, Hendrus got their red sword and then they just decided to bail out of Templar Droplets. They were like, screw that. They didn't want to stick around and do Octo. Yeah, that's another advantage Goomba has. Goomba's done Octo. Hendrus has not. That takes 5 minutes. And you get nothing along the way to go to Octo, so that's just some time investment that you just need to spend to be able to beat the seed. Octo's got an element, and we need to get all of the elements to beat the game.
Oh, that's the possibility. Hendrix might have mischarted Kingdom.
No, Hendrus does have Octo marked as a element. Right, Goomba is in Fortress. Gonna see what's on the Rupee Mania spots on the left-hand side. This is a really good spot to head to. Okay, there's a boss key. Don't know if we want to do Mazao straight away. Oh, it's just a load of junk over here.
Ooh.
Okay, Hendrus is biting the bullet and going in to do Octo now. They just wanted to follow that red sword for a bit and check out the items that they would get out of that.
It's not the worst call.
Yeah.
It does save some time on checking the red sword check.
We did check the moat, didn't we?
Moat check? Yes, we did.
Yeah, okay. So far, Fortress has not had anything. If Goomba had done Simon's simulation at that point, they would be ahead. Actually, that may not be the case. They could have decided to stick in Cave of Flames, so they would have full cleared that and lost time over Hendrus.
So Goomba didn't save Scum.
Yeah, no save scum there. You want to save before pulling that lever so that you can save scum and skip the animation. Yeah, there's a compass.
Goomba's gonna check his minutes checks real quick before he continues to. Oh my god, graveyard key!
Doesn't open up anything just yet. They do need one more sword.
Oh my god, one more sword!
Oh my god, what is going on?
What did I just say? What did I just say?
Blue sword and graveyard key right next to each other.
No, Trent, he's not the one that said it. I said it. I was expecting the sword and graveyard key. And a kinstone in Fortress.
And that's the last kinstone. That's the last Cloudtop's kinstone.
Oh my god.
Right. If Hendrus goes to Fortress right now, they're going to be one item from Go mode. They'll just be a sword from Go mode. We have. Oh, that was our sword. That was our sword here. Are we really going to find another sword here in Fortress?
We're not looking at spoiler log. We're just calling shit left and right.
We do not have access to the spoiler log. This seed was generated by iBot.
We're just calling shit left and right without even trying. In other words, we're witches, so burn us.
Yeah, the lack of cane is really hurting Goomba. That is more and more things that is going to get in between Goomba and Simon Simulation. Like, it's a real possibility that Goomba is going to 100% the seed without the cane. And they're going to last location their cane. At least they shouldn't go into Palace of Winds without their cane. Ideally. You can sequence break the cane, but then you're taking the risk that pot push is not required. Because if you go into Palace of Winds without the cane, and pot push has something, either the boss key or a required small key, then you're screwed. You have to get the cane before you go back.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Okay, we have found all of our kinstones. Goomba's picking up the last kinstone that Hendrus needs to get, and Goomba's last kinstone is in Cave of Flames. They bailed out of Cave of Flames, but they set the Ocarina point at least. Goomba? Oh, did they not check the beanstalk? Okay.
No.
Right, they're gonna go for the beanstalk now. Okay, Hendrus is going for Octominute. They are going for myth patterns on the Octominute. Right, Goomba's bailing out of Fortress. They're going to go to Graveyard. If they find a 4-sword here... 4-sword on Dampe! Oh, this won't be great for Goomba because this is going to give them other stuff to do, and it's going to take them longer and longer to go and get their cane.
If 4 swords on Dampe, then we're in go mode.
Hendrus's file name was 4-sword on Dampe. Yeah, shall we get a bet going? Okay, where is the 4-sword? The 4-sword, for us, It's the last item we're looking for. We have no idea where it is. The runners do have other things available to them, but yeah, place your bets in chat. Where do you think the Four Swords are going to be?
I'm going Dape.
Alright, just gonna double check, make sure no one does the same bet as me.
I'm right. You're going Yalari.
I'm going with Yalari. What are bets other people have gone for? Second half Palace, Pot Push, Wind Tribe, Dampe, Blue Chew. Okay, it wasn't Dampe today, unfortunately. Is it in the graveyard though?
If it's in graveyard, then that's something. No one bet a graveyard yet.
We still have Blue Chew, Dark Arrow Castle. Oh, Fan Loop in Palace of Winds. that is a rough one. Especially if you don't have Cane, because you have to waste all of your small keys up there to get that Four Sword. And then you'd have to go and get the Cane before coming back to Palace. Yeah, so that could really hurt Goomba if the Four Swords at the top of Palace. Yeah, it can't be in any of the towers in Dark Horror Castle. You need to use the Four Sword to reach the towers. Yeah, Hendrus activating the fusions outside of Fortress. Once they've gone through here, they're just going to be a Four Sword away. So Randomizer doesn't have world records in the same vein that speedruns have. Because with Randomizer, the seed changes how quickly you can possibly do it. That's why we do races like this, where both runners are playing the same seed at the same time, because that's the only fair way of comparing two different people. Like, if you play one seed and do it in 2 hours, and another person does a different seed in 3 hours, how do you compare that? You know, maybe they were just playing a very hard seed, or maybe you had and you had a jet seed.
Yeah.
You actually did slower than they did, but it was just the seed difference that changed the time. But the fastest ever confirmed race finish time we've had was Nesman. They got a 1 hour 47. Alright, we have closed the bets, so if you haven't already got your bets in, then tough. Yeah, we've got bottle percent. Oh wait, bottle no mode. Wait, where was the other bottle? Did we skip it? Oh no, Hendrus got the other bottle. I think it was locked behind Cane, wasn't it? Okay, Goomba's going into Cave of Flames right now. They're gonna get their Cloudtop Skinstone.
Goomba, please, just go back to Simon.
They really do not want to. No, they really didn't like the look of Simon changing the battle. Yeah. Goomba is going to go through Cave of Flames. They will hit their Cloudtop Skinstone. And it'll be up to them if they want to bail out at that point. I mean, they will have to bail out early in Cave of Flames anyway. They don't have the Cane to do the full dungeon, so they can only go up to the Spiky Chew fight. Yeah, Hendrus spots their last Kinstone, and they're happy about that. Yeah, Hendrus is doing the normal route here in Fortress. You check the right-hand visible items. You want to check visible items as early as possible to know if you actually need to make an effort into routing that. And yeah, they saw their Veilfalls, their last Cloudtop's Kinstone, so they know, okay, going up there is going to be important. Hendrus Tracker is missing Butterfly on the bow. Pretty sure they got that. Oh, sorry. The race tracker. I thought that you meant the personal tracker. No, Hendrus is definitely aware that they have the bow butterfly. They were using it on Gleerock. Yeah, Hendrus finding the junk that is on the left-hand side. Okay, Goomba gets their Cloudtop's Kinstone, they leave, and they're going to Cloudtop's. They are desperately hoping for either the Four Sword or the Cane in the Wind Tribe. It won't be their Cane is in Simon Simulation. Yeah, Goomba's in a really rough spot right now. If they get lucky in Palace, they can, not full clear Palace, but they can sequence break through and beat the dungeon. They should know that they shouldn't have to do a lot of the checks in the second half of Palace, because their Cane can't be there. So they will only be doing that if they're looking for a Four Sword. But with what Hendrus has cleared so far, there's not much left. Either the Four Sword is in the back end of Fortress and Goomba left it there, or it's going to be in Wind Tribe or Palace, and Goomba's going to find it. Yeah, it's nearly certain that Goomba's going to last location Simon. They'd already gone in there once and then saw that it was the fight changed to a different fight and they didn't want to do it. Yeah, we haven't found the mushroom yet to do Rem. Okay, Goomba's cleared out all of the fusions in Cloudtops. We're going to find anything in Wind Tribe. First thing is Gregor 2. Does Gregor 2 have anything? Oh wait, no, they didn't even do Gregor 1! Okay, so there was a lot of other stuff that they forgot out on. So, there is a bug with Simon Simulation. If you beat certain dungeons, for example Temple of Droplets, before you do the Simon Simulation fight, the fight changes from the one that you normally see at the beginning of the game to a harder fight. That's what happened with Goomba. They did Temple of Droplets first, went to Simon Simulation, and then they got a harder fight, and then they just quick warped out of it because they were like, no, they don't want to fight those harder enemies. They had P-Hats and Moblins spawn. Hendrus did do Simon Simulation before before going to Temple of Droplets, so they got to do the fight the normal way and get the cane. Yeah, Wind Tribe was barren. Yeah, this is really rough. There are basically two places left that the Four Sword could be. It's either back into Fortress or somewhere in Palace. We've checked everything else. I think the only other places in the overworld that we haven't seen is Hyrule Well and the cliff chest in Vale Falls. They're the 2 overworld checks we haven't seen. Could be a 4 sword there. But yeah, Goomba is going to have to sequence break Palace of Winds to be able to beat this dungeon. They will do the cane skip to get to get past the beginning of Palace. Yeah, sequence breaks in the Minish Cap are not necessarily the hardest things to do, but you have to be very careful when doing it and think a lot about what you're doing to the logic when you're sequence breaking. Hendrus is on Mazao. Okay, Goomba gets a compass and a sword then here. Not a sword, a small key for Palace of Winds. Right, setting up for cane skip. They didn't get it. They're gonna have to reset the room. Oh, they've killed one of the crows, so the timing is going to be a bit off now. Hopefully, they know a backup to the cane skip. Yeah, this is very tricky, and if you haven't practiced it, it can be rough. But they do get it second try. There's a full sword!
Oh my lord.
Okay, Goomba should just go mode Palace now. They know that the cane can't be here, so there's no point in checking for anything else. Goomba is just cane away from go mode. Alright, so who wins the bet? Nesman wins for saying Palace of Winds. Alright, Hendrus finishes up Mazao. Mazao's not going to have anything for us. Hendrus is desperately looking for some kind of progression. They don't know, but their sword and graveyard key is just waiting for them outside of this dungeon in the Minish chests. Really something they wanted to do before doing the boss hit. And yeah, so Hendrus ends up going to be doing an all dungeons seed. I mean, the seed isn't all dungeons, but Hendrus has done all of the bosses. Or at least they are going to do all of the bosses, because they've done Glee Rock and Mazao, which are not required. Yeah, Hendrus really sticking around here in Fortress. You need to go and do those Minish checks. Yeah, no, Hendrus, like, after doing Mazao, you absolutely want to go and check those Minish checks if you haven't already. Now, Hendrus is... Hendrus hasn't found a sword here. So they're going to stay here until they find a sword. You do that in Fortress. Fortress is so likely to have a sword that you're just going to stick with it until you find one. Because it's almost guaranteed that you find one. The thing is, the sword he's looking for isn't inside Fortress, it's just outside. You do have to take that into consideration as well, that one of the swords you're looking for could be just outside.
It really can.
Yeah, Hendrus is going to full clear this, but Hendrus full clearing this might still give them the lead, because it's just that cane where Goomba's left it is just such an awful place. Goomba? Okay, Goomba doesn't want to do the second half of Palace until they find their cane.
Okay. Whoa! How long do you think it's going to be until Goomba actually does what he needs to do?
I think... Oh, that's a real tricky one, because Goomba's got 2 quick overworld checks they can do. They can do... They're doing this cave here in Vale Falls. They've got the pillar chest in town. Then, honestly, when they do the pillar chest in town, they just need to do Simon's simulation. They just need to bite the bullet and do it. I know it's a harder fight, but you just have to do it.
Yeah.
If he decides to leave, he's going to go to do Blue Chew, and then he's going to do Fortress. And then he's going to leave Simon for the last thing. But no. Either Goomba goes to Simon's simulation now, or they're not going to until it's the last thing. This is their last chance.
Honestly, in my defense, I think Goomba should have just committed to doing Simon when he went there in the first place, because it was, as much as it seemed painful to do the next phase of like Simon.
Oh my god! Okay,
wow.
that's where the wake up mushroom was. It was in the pillar chest. Okay, checking Rem. Goomba not gonna find anything here, but they're right next to Simon. Are they gonna go into Simon and do it? Goomba did get the boss key because they activated the blue warp before leaving. I think they did anyway. Okay, there's another scroll for Goomba.
I know, right? Straight next door, Goomba.
Oh, and he's fluting! He's leaving!
Oh my god, Goomba! What are you doing?
Oh, he's going back to Fortress!
Okay,
he's gonna full clear Fortress now. He's behind Hendrus, because Hendrus is gonna full clear Fortress. Then they're just gonna rush Graveyard and then Palace. And then Hendrus will hit Go mode when they hit Palace and find their Force Sword on Kane Skip. Oh, Goomba did not open the boss key. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Okay, so Goomba was just locked out of Palace from without the Kane then. Yeah, Goomba's just straight up locked out of Palace by the Cane, so they have to get the Cane first before going back to Palace. Yeah, Hendrus picking up the Graveyard Key here, and he's going to pick up a sword straight afterwards as well. He's going to feel so bad about this because he'd left this till after he full cleared the entire dungeon, which was non-required and had junk. Yeah, oh, he's mad.
He's not happy. Yeah. He's very frustrated.
Two required items. Two required items on the 2 locations that he skipped out here.
Poor Hendrus.
Yeah, now he's gonna go to Graveyard.
He can do Graveyard, and then he's just gonna make his way to Cloud, and then he'll be in Go mode. But what a seed! This has been one of the interesting ones.
Going to explode. That is true. Like, oh, I would be so mad if you just put off Simon so long and it had your Kane.
At that point, I would have just said nope.
But yeah, that is the downside to putting off Simon for so long.
It can really hurt you. If you go to Simon, you best commit to it, because chances are after
it's just that you need to make sure you route in Simon nice and early.
Yeah, which was Goomba's issue.
There's a real sweet spot with Simon that you want to do Simon after you have the items that speed it up, so ideally Green Sword and Spin Attack. That's why definitely why Hendrus and Goomba did put it off for quite a while, was they didn't have Spin Attack for a long time. Goomba found Spin Attack in Templar Droplets, which was one of the worst places the Great Spin can be in, because then you want to finish Templar Droplets before going to Simon, and then that was Goomba's downfall. If you do Templar Droplets before Simon, you get the harder fight.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think what was going through Goomba's head is he didn't realize if he finished Octo off, it was going to raise up Simon.
Yeah, it's something that you wouldn't be aware of
So it really did hurt him.
With Din's Charm, it doesn't save enough time over just going for the fight anyway. Like, if you have the option between going Simon early, without Din's Charm or with Din's Charm, still doing it without Din's Charm is just faster. Because it just takes so much time.
Yeah.
Much more time to go and activate Din's Charm than it is to just do the fight. Yeah, Goomba went to Simon's Simulation after Temple of Droplets, saw that the fight had upgraded to the harder fight, and then went no. And they quick warped out of it instead of doing the fight. And that is where their cane is. Yeah, he is going to last location that he had a chance just now, he was in town, he had the chance to do it, but didn't decide to do it. No, after Fortress, their last thing is going to be Blue Chew, and then after Blue Chew, they will have to go back to Simon Simulation and do it. And then they'll be very mad. Hendrus, on the other hand, is in Graveyard now. They're going to full clear it, and then go to Cloudtops. And then when they're in Palace, they'll hit their 4-sword and hit go mode. Now, at this rate, even if Goomba, after beating Mazao, goes to Simon Simulation, gets the cane, and then goes back to Palace of Winds, they're pretty much going to be tied with Hendrus. And they will have to go through Palace again, going through the first half, because they had to bail out. Wait, Goomba did get the blue warp, but they didn't have the boss key. Yeah, Goomba is missing the boss key in Palace. Yeah, he didn't open the boss key doors, so yeah, you can't get to the blue warp in Palace of Winds until you get the boss key. The boss key locks the midway point of the dungeon. Yeah, you get you open the boss key door and then drop down and kill the Darknet to be able to get the blue warp. Yeah, I thought he got the blue warp as well. That's why they left. But no, they're cane locked. They didn't get the boss key or enough small keys to be able to get to a boss key. Even if the boss key was locked behind one of the small keys at the top of the dungeon, they would still be cane locked.
Yeah.
And would have to go back through the dungeon with the cane to be able to get all of the small keys. Yeah, Goomba down to 2 locations now. Right, what are they going to do? Are they going to do Simon, or are they going to do Blue Chew? They're going to do Blue Chew! They are going to last location their cane.
Oh my lord.
This is going to be an incredibly close race. Hendrus and Goomba will be going through Palace at basically the same time. I think it's going to come down to execution.
It probably will.
Yeah, at this point in the tournament, we've got such high-level runners that, yeah, they can pretty much clear a seed in the same amount of time, and then it's just down to how good's their execution in the final section. Yeah, Hendrus has done very well for time to be able to enter Palace of Winds at the same time as Goomba, because Hendrus has done a lot more in terms of, like, they had to do the second half of Cave of Flames as well, and do Glee Rocks, so that's stuff that Goomba hasn't done. But on the other hand, Hendrus hasn't gone back to Temple of Droplets. Oh yeah, and Hendrus has done a bunch of cane checks in the overworld as well, like a second dip into the fountain, School Garden, South Vale Falls. There's just extra stuff that Hendrus has done over Goomba.
Show me
book.
book. That's
Yeah.
cute.
I think Hendrus did activate Griggle 1. Yeah, they did, so they can just grab the item off Griggle 2 and move on. Yeah, Hendrus desperately hoping to find a 4-sword somewhere here. Yeah, Goomba did suffer from a death in Temple of Droplets, which lost him time, and I think generally being on having less items than Hendrus, meaning that they can't do as much stuff. Oh, wait! Goomba? Oh, did Goomba not do, I thought Goomba already cleared all the way through Palace, all the way through Cave of Flames. I think they just didn't go to the second half. They just did the front 4, got their kinstone and left. So, yeah, okay, there's still one more chest for Goomba to get in here, and that's the pillar chest. Not the pillar chest, the Spiky Chew fight. They're gonna do the Spiky Chew fight. They put this off for so long because this is the Vanilla Cane chest, so it's understandable why you would think, no, I'm not gonna have a Vanilla Cane. But after this, then yeah, it's back to Simon. That's the last thing they have left.
Mhm.
Okay, Goomba gets to use a great spin on this fight and clean up very nicely. And it was junk. Right, Goomba has to go back to town unless there's anything else they've left. No, they haven't left anything else. Their last thing's in town. Yep, time to do Simon. Alright, Goomba is going to be hitting go mode after they've done this fight. Oh my god, they're going to be hitting go mode at nearly identical times. Hendrus is going to do this jump here. Oh, Goomba's going to take a bit more time to do these fights. Oh no, they've got this one. I think this is a 3-stage.
It is.
Yeah, the like one is really tough, but Great Spin does work quite well on this. They're gonna go for remote bombs. Okay. Hendrus says hit go mode. They got their 4 swords, now they're in Palace with everything they need to beat the game. Alright. Goomba does clear up. And then there's a cane. Right, that is go mode for Goomba as well. Both of our runners hitting go mode a minute apart.
Goomba snipe.
Yeah, Goomba is going to be able to skip a couple of a lot of the chests here along the way in Palace of Winds. And they've already activated all of the warps so that they can get here super fast. They activated the fusions in Cloud Top, so they're already here in the Wind Tribe. Alright, Hendrus, what are you going to do? Are you going to skip pop push, or are you going to do it? They're going to do it. Yeah. We already knew from Goomba that pot push is required because it was one of the things that was stopping them from being able to continue on in the dungeon. Yeah, Goomba doesn't need to do the Wizrobe fight or get any of the chests along the way. They're just going to go straight to pot push, grab whatever items here. May possibly be the boss key. So Goomba's going to be able to skip some steps here in the dungeon and catch up to where Hendrus is. Now it's just down to execution. Who's going to be able to get through this faster? Yeah, Goomba's got an additional small key. Alright, Goomba gets their cane skip first try. And there's another small key! Okay, so that's 4 small keys.
Oh boy.
Oh, it might be it's either vanilla or it's in fan loop. And even if it's... Yeah, in both instances, they're going to have to do fan loop, so they should just go and do fan loop first. Yeah, it might not be... It's a 50-50 now whether or not it's going to be vanilla or not. And both instances are pretty rough. Yeah, fan loop first might save a small key. That's why you do fan loop first. Because if you don't do fan loop and then you just go check the vanilla chest, vanilla boss key is there, you have to do fan loop anyway, because if that's a small key, then that is your last small key in the dungeon, and you won't be able to go to fight Georg until you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you would have to backtrack through the whole of the first half of Palace to get back to the top, just to find the last small key. So, yeah, you don't risk that. Yep, Hendrus is doing that. They're going to go directly to fan loop. Yeah, absolutely. But 100% by logic, if your boss key is vanilla and you don't have all of your small keys by that point, then the last small key has to be on fan loop. Like, you can determine 100% by logic that is where your last small key is. So skipping it would be a major mistake. Okay, Hendrix does get the boss key, and that is enough small keys that they need to be able to do the rest of the dungeon. Right, so Goomba did actually have the opportunity to beat this dungeon without the cane. They weren't actually cane locked here. If they went to that fan loop, picked up the boss key, they could have continued going through the second half to find the last small key that's here. And then with that, then they would have been able to do the boss. And then they would have just skipped the small key that's on pot push. Don't know if that was faster or not than what Goomba currently did. Yeah, Hendrus just double thinking there with the Fire Wizard fight. Nope, don't need to do it. You are in go mode. Just skip everything. Go to fight the boss. Yep, the George is the boss of this dungeon. Yeah, both of our runners have converged from their branching paths so far in this race. They've narrowed down into go mode, and we can see from their positions in the dungeon what the time difference is, and it's very close. This is absolutely within execution difference between these two guys. Yeah, Hendrus does have an advantage. Yeah, and we also have Dark Horror Castle Towers. And in fact, talking about Dark Horror Castle Towers, let's get our bets going, because as soon as Hendrus has done this, then they're going to head to Dark Horror Castle and check that out. So, once the bot has been set up for it, place your bets in chat. Okay, the bet will open when Georg dies. So yeah, just where in Dark Horror Castle we have 4 towers, and they can have any number of small keys between 1, 2, 3, and 4 towers required. So when Georg is when Hendrus has killed Georg, get your bets in chat. How many of those towers do you think are going to have small keys, and which of the towers are going to have them? We have towers in the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. Yep. Yeah, Hendrus making use of both the Great Spin and the Down Strike to make quick work of Georg. Are we going to see Goomba get into the fight before Hendrus finishes? Hendrus is on the 3rd stage right now. There are 4 stages to this fight. This is normally the trickiest one. If you're using clones, that is, with the downstrike strat, it becomes much easier. Okay, now going on to the 4th stage. Gets the final kill on the blue one. Goomba has entered the fight. Yep, Hendrus finishing up the fight just as Goomba enters into the first fight, into the first cycle of the fight. Yep, Hendrus has killed Georg, and the bet is now open. Place your bets in chat. Where do you think the small keys are going to be in Dark Horror Castle? Yeah, Hendrus making their way as quickly as possible to Dark Horror Castle. Yeah, they are one George fight apart. Optimally, the George fight is 1 minute 30. Don't know if these guys will be doing it in that time. Goomba is not going for the downstrike strats this fight. They're going for clones. Clones do make the fight go slower than if you were using downstrike. It's about 10 seconds difference, I think. Yep, and the bet will be closed when we get the first item in Dark Horror Castle. And if Hendrus does route this the typical way, then it will be on the Stone King. It's a 1 minute 40 difference. Yes, the Stone King has a 72% chance of having a small key when you first go into the dungeon. So it's a very high chance that there's going to be a small key on the Stone King. So always go check that as your first item. In fact, the first 3 checks in the dungeon, the Stone King, the map chest and the blade chest, all have that 72% chance of having a small key. That adjusts as you open up more chests, and that affects the probabilities of further items being found. Yeah, you need at least 1 small key before the first door, so that factors into how many small keys you can find in the first half, as well as like how many small keys there are in total. Yeah, it's not 72% throughout all of those 3 checks at the beginning. Each one of them has a 72% chance if it's the first item that you pick up. So for because the Stone King is the first one that you want to do routing-wise in terms of time, that's why we say it has 72% chance. Once you get that and find another item, then it updates your knowledge about the probabilities of the next 2 checks having small keys. Depending on if you get a small key or not, it will change that. The probability will go down the more small keys you find. Yeah, anyone who studies Bayesian statistics can figure out on their own how the probabilities change after you get the first small key. Yep, 4 towers is out. We found another small key, so it's anywhere between 1 and 3 towers. It doesn't even need to be a bad Vati stage. If they mess up the cannon room here, that could close the gap. Oh, okay, Hendrus does miss that. Yeah, I don't like going for this regular bomb strat on this room anymore. If you have fast split, and fast spin, you can do this fight within 2 seconds of that room, only 2 seconds slower than the optimal. And the cycle takes 3 seconds to do another cannon shot cycle. So, oh, well, you do it 1 cycle slower than if you were to do it optimally. But if you mess up doing going for the bomb strat, then you lose 2 cycles. So oh, do they not have either of the fast scrolls? I thought they charged up really quickly there. Okay, they're going to go for the bomb strat here. I don't know if that timing's correct. No, they pulled out their bomb too late. I think they weren't in the correct position. This second cannon room is a real tricky one. Okay. Okay, they're getting the second try. Yeah, not a terrible cannon room there. Goomba is skipping the blade chest. Wait, did they skip the blade chest? They did, didn't they? They just skip the blade chest to catch up with Hendrus. I mean, it's going to pay off for Goomba because that wasn't... Yeah, that wasn't a small key, but Goomba doesn't know that. And in fact, when you look at the statistics, the blade chest, not only is it faster than any of the other towers in this dungeon, it has a high probability of having a small key. So skipping the blade chest isn't a good decision to make, but it's going to pay out for Goomba because if they're going to go into do all of the towers first. They've just saved a minute and a bit over Hendrus, and they're catching up. But Goomba is struggling on this cannon room. The second cannon room does make or break a lot of people's Dark Arrow castles. Every failed attempt loses 10 seconds. Yeah, even myself can throw runs here in this room. It's such a tricky room and so precise. They do get it in the end. Yep, we've got a 2-tower Dark Horror Castle. Yeah. So overall, Goomba did save time over Hendrus from skipping the Blade Chest. We don't know if they're going to decide to go back to Blade Chest after, before they do any of the other towers, or if they're going to do it immediately. Goomba will lose the time advantage that they gained if they go and do the Blade Chest now. They'll want to leave it until the last thing they do after all of the other towers. Yeah, Hendrus switching to regular bombs there. Yeah, I think all of the tower, the 2-tower bets are all the both the diagonal ones are bets. I think someone did north and south and east. Maybe I didn't see a west bet. Yeah, okay. Oh no, Hendrus doesn't get the quick kill on the Black Knight. But they're recovering this well. So far, it's 1 hit away. Okay, 2 hits away. Oh, it's getting really trolled by this Black Knight. You don't want to be losing time on this fight because it's a very easy fight to get a quick kill on. Right, Hendrus going for northwest first. Goomba doing their best to catch up here. Okay, so if there is a small key here that Hendrus is going to pick up in a moment, then we're guaranteed a winner on the bet. Yeah, no task strap from Hendrus. Oh, okay, he gets a compass. Yeah, so northwest is out. Goomba didn't go for the quick kill on the Black Knight, but went for a did a jump over it and got lucky with a dash, so could recover that and get a quick kill. They're going for northwest first. Sorry, Hendrus was doing northeast. Goomba's doing northwest. Oh no, it's both south! Yeah, okay, Hendrus is going to northwest now, Goomba's going southeast. If Goomba goes southwest now after doing southeast, they're gonna overtake Hendrus! Yeah, Hendrus is going to end up doing all towers. Don't know if Goomba's going to do all towers either. Yeah, there's a small key. Right, where is Goomba going to go? Oh, Goomba's going to do the blade chest. They're biting the bullet and going to go check it. They're not going to get an item out of this. They're not going to get their small key out of this. Yeah, this is just one of the gambles that Goomba has made, skipping the blade chest. It's not... It's not a very slow check. It's much faster than all of the other towers. Right, Hendrus is making their way into Southwest. They'll be the first to get their small key. Yeah, now it's down to Goomba. What are they going to do after they've done this blade chest? Are they going to go to north, east, or southwest? They're going to go southwest. Okay, they're going to be following Hendrus really close behind into the southwest tower. This race is getting closer and closer. Okay, Hendrus has got all of their small keys. They're going to go activate the big chest, get the big key, and go to the boss. Right, Goomba onto this genie fight. Want to kill that genie before it tosses them. Don't want to get juggled by the genies. Alright, Hendrus grabs their boss key. That was 2 hours 34 and 40 minutes. Goomba has got their last small key. They're going to go and grab the boss key. This is going to be so close. This is within 30 seconds. Okay, not quite 30 seconds. It's going to be just over 30 seconds. Yeah, about 35 seconds is the time difference between these two guys. This is so close. This is absolutely within getting good or bad RNG in the fights. Hendrus gets a good RNG on the Dark Knight, but it doesn't land the roll attack. Oh, that is a big oof for Hendrus. Alright, what is Goomba going to get on the Dark Knight RNG? Yeah, Hendrus is just going to have to YOLO this fight. He's going to go for great spins to try and do as much damage to these guys. Kills 2 Dark Nuts in a single great spin. That's great. Is Hendrus going to clear up this fight before Goomba gets into the room? No, Goomba. They are both in the same room. Okay, Hendrus kills the fight. Kills the last Dark Nut as Goomba spawns them in. Goomba doesn't go for the quick kill strat, just immediately going for great spins. Right, lands a couple of hits, kills one of the Dark Nuts. Right, he's got a kill on the Black Dark Knight. He capitalized on the dash attack that it did. Okay, one last Red Dark Knight. It's on low health. Finishes it off. Right. Gonna head into the Vati 1 fight. Meanwhile, Hendrus has finished up the cutscenes and is starting Vati 1. Right, good first and second cycles so far for Hendrus. Oh no, he did a stab on the eye and it didn't quite work. Okay, using the great spin. Gets a good 3 cycle. That was a very fast Vati 1 from Hendrus. Okay, now we're going to see what Goomba's going to get. Okay, Goomba's getting a good Vati 1 so far. Hendrus starts his first cycle on Vati 2 well. Okay, Goomba gets a 1 teleport on Vati and finishes the with a 3 cycle as well. Ooh! Okay, Hendrus manages to dodge the purple orbs from Vati 2, getting a good second cycle in there. Alright, Hendrus is on to the 3rd stage. Does he get... Okay, Vati stands still for him so he can get all of his arrow shots in. Okay, Goomba gets his 1st cycle in. Oh no, Hendrus made clones! Hendrus made clones the wrong way round, he didn't make them clockwise. So he didn't get a hit in. Okay, Goomba's on 2nd cycle. Oh, Hendrus doesn't get the 3 cycle. Oh, and Goomba gets his clones broken as well. This is a really trolley Vati 2 for both of these guys. Okay, Goomba gets his 2nd phase done. He's now on to 3rd cycle. Alright, Hendrus gets the hit in on Vati 2 and Vati 2's down. Right, how is Goomba gonna finish this fight? Oh no, Goomba kills his clones, he moves too far down on the screen. Also, I think his clones were made the wrong way round as well. Oh, he does a spin attack there, trying to hit all of the eyes. You can't do a spin attack to hit the eyes. Right, Hendrus is on to Vati 3 now. Right, can Goomba get the sword slash in? Okay, Vati stands still there. He's gonna finish up the fight. Right, Goomba did get a 3 cycle there. Hendrus did get a 4 cycle, so Goomba did save a little bit of time on Vati 2, but still, Hendrus is going to be on Vati 3 before Goomba does. This isn't over yet. This still can come down to playing tennis. The final stage of Vati 3, you got to keep your nerves. You got to land all of the hits on Vati 3. Yeah, Hendrus is 1 arm ahead. This is within 2 missed volleys. Yeah, Hendrus doesn't want to take any risks. They don't even go for lanternless. They just equip their lantern and go and use it to make sure they can see the eye straight away. Right, it's on to tennis. Right, good position from Hendrus. Gets the 1st hit in. Goomba onto the 2nd arm. Yep, they killed the eye, and they're going to be moving on to playing tennis as well. Hendrus onto the 2nd volley. Yeah, okay, looks good. Right, 2nd hit in. Hendrus playing this nice and cool. Right, only 1 more hit in. Goomba's going for their 1st volley. Oh no, Goomba was too far to the left and missed it. Right, another good position from Hendrus, and GG to Hendrus! Nailing their 3 volleys in. Oh my god, what an incredibly close match. Oh. Two hours, 41 minutes and 21 seconds for Hendrus. Alright, we have Hendrus in the waiting room ready to join us for the post-match interview. And
hello,
here they are, Hendrus. GG.
Yes, GG.
Oh my god. How are you
that
feeling?
Was like super close. Wow. And I even almost managed to like full complete the game, or the seed, like fully completed. I think I had like 17 checks left to do in the entire map, including dungeons.
Yeah. Goomba last location their go mode item, which was the cane.
The cane was the gun mode. Oh,
Yeah.
what was the cane again? The cane. Oh, the cane
Alright,
was
and-
Simon,
It was
wasn't it?
Simon.
And
Okay.
GG to Goomba.
Yeah, GG. Yeah, that's why I made. That's why I made sure this time to do as many overworld checks as possible, not to like last location, some sort of like cane or maybe even the gas jar in the overworld.
Oh right, and we get Goomba in here. GG Goomba.
Hello, Goomba. GG.
GG.
Oh, that Simon simulation was so rough.
Yeah, so can we talk about how I just got eliminated from the tournament because that check is bugged? Can we talk about that? Because I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it is an unintentional bug that when you beat Templar droplets before doing Simon simulation, you get a harder fight.
Hang on, let me go close my window. There's way too much noise outside.
Yeah, you went in there much earlier in the seed and then just saw it all changed, and then it was just like, no, don't want to do it. Just understandable.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think that that fight flag only changes when you, I think, either fight Boba Fett or Octo, at least in my experience.
We haven't fully tested it, but it's pretty certain it's something in Templar droplets.
Yeah. Or just yeah, or just set the Simon fight on the hardest stage. Default.
Yeah, you got the like fight, which isn't too bad because I think most of the enemies can be killed with great spins. It just makes it slightly longer.
Yeah.
I can be heard, right?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Aiden.
Okay, that was weird.
Near you. Yeah. Oh, what a seed! Yeah, so we did have a very late, red sword. I think I ended up last location in that one. Well, I had the choice between the Wiggle Room and the Ice Chest, or I had the choice between those and Boba Fett.
Yeah, I had a few other things open, such as Simon simulations.
Yeah.
And that might have been it, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we were pretty sure that you last locationed it.
Yeah, and I even full cleared both Cable Flames and Fortress. Just
Yeah.
made sure that there's not like a sword in the big key chest in Fortress. Like
Yeah.
for Francois and Wilex, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised when I did the quick warp caves after full clearing Fortress. And then boom, Ocarina and Blue Sword.
Yeah, that was pretty nutty.
Yeah.
I think the only thing we were missing was a book, and that must have been somewhere in Palace.
Yeah. The book and I think the mushroom.
Oh, the mushroom was in the pillar chest in town.
Ah, okay. Yeah, other than that, I think I got everything besides those. Last bomb bag, and the light bow. And these the fast spin. Which is actually really rare, since, I don't know, I got fast split, but I didn't have fast spin.
Yeah, I got that somewhere. I don't remember where.
Yeah, so I'm much more used to having fast split. I'm much more used to having fast spin, but not split,
Yeah.
than fast split instead of spin. Sorry.
Yeah, because you were going for the bomb strats in the cannon rooms to try and make up for not having the fast scrolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, those rooms they're so rough, and like in a situation like this where you're right at the end of a seed, quite tense one, under a lot of pressure, it's just so easy to mess up those cannon rooms,
Oh yes, definitely.
and they lose so much time as well.
I mean, honestly, I have not played a seed other than my tournament matches for the past 4 months, so the fact that I got as far as I did,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take it, I guess.
And as quick as you did, basically, because, well, that seed, although it wasn't really ban-worthy, it was fairly trolly, just with the different locations.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
I don't
god, yeah. We were so. Yeah, it was so exciting towards the end because you guys were so close. What even was the progression early on? Oh yeah, there were 3 swords in Temple of Droplets.
Yeah.
Yep.
What the
I
hell?
was really expecting a 4th one on Blue 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 swords? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that was nutty.
So, yeah, there's always the sword and Todd.
Also, I
even
like how
two.
3 required items were in the shops because they had the Mitts, Cane, and Gus Jar in the middle of town there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hendrus, you full cleared Fortress and then checked the Minish checks afterwards and found your
Yep.
sword and graveyard key.
Yep. But to be honest, I think if I checked the quick warp caves before full clearing Fortress, I would have ended up full clearing Fortress either way. Just because I didn't want to take the risk.
Oh yeah, good book.
Sorry, go on.
Are you answering Nesman's question?
I'm not reading chat, so...
Oh, okay. Chat wants to know why you left Palace the first time.
I figured there were 3 possible scenarios. Either the BK was on pot push and I couldn't get anywhere, or the BK was vanilla and I needed the small key from pot push anyway, or it was the scenario which it ended up being where the BK was in Spark Test and I could have finished the dungeon, but I decided to just take the... Like, there were 3 scenarios and 1 let me finish the dungeon, so I just left.
Yeah, it's understandable why you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all crossing our fingers for a 5-sword Temple of Droplets. That would be an unforgettable seed.
Yeah. So I think that's one worthy to be in the finals or even grand finals. Like that.
And the fact that I didn't even roll it.
Yeah, this was an iBot seed. For an iBot seed, this has been uncharacteristically zigzaggy, I suppose.
Yeah, that was basically the case.
Yeah.
The early game sequence was pretty ridiculous, making us run back and forth all over the place.
Yeah, especially with like Lantern and Cape as the first like 2 major items.
Yeah, that just shouts to you Templar Droplets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then I cleared basically... I got the items, cleared every single Sphere 0 check because, well, of course I do. After the last few seeds. And then I immediately went to Droplets. Well, I managed to quickly peek Karloff's house, so I knew that the moments were locked behind the Karloff medal.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got the Karloff medal in Northern Minish Woods, I just went back to town, grabbed it, and went to Hylia.
Yeah, I didn't look at Karloff's house, so I didn't know about the myths, so it took me a bit longer to go back and get them, but I don't think it really cost me that much.
Probably.
Also because the Gus Jar was there and you wouldn't have known until you gone to get it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'd Karloff.
I'm just glad to get the Gus Jar early for once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was super surprised by that.
Yeah, but the Gus Jar and the Cane are kind of like both in that situation where you can end up last locationing them and it's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I figured I still had like a somewhat of a chance just because the Cane locked so much garbage and all of it had nothing.
Yeah.
You got to skip a lot. But the thing is, the Cane, if you got it in the first like 20 minutes, that would have saved a lot of time because you would have got your first bottle in lower Veilfuls instead of having to go all the way to Cloud Tops. And then that would have given you access to Flippers and Ocarina faster.
Okay, yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was down to Blue 2, Simon Simulations, or Vanilla Cornell Climb the Cave of Flames.
Yeah.
And I go to Simon Simulations, and I get hit with that, and I'm like, well, you know what? Never mind. Let's not do Simon Simulations.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, it really just comes down to like doing that at the right time and making sure you do it before you do off.
Yeah, this seed did not have an optimal time
That's
to do.
that's dumb though. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to have to route around the check literally not working properly. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully we can fix it eventually to where it doesn't do that.
Yeah. Leo just left in all of the flags that normally progress it at the stages in the game that it would normally do. So we'll ask them to actually fix it so that it doesn't change at all ever.
Yeah.
But you can always make the fight. You can go into the fight, start it, quick warp out, go and talk to him again, and it'll give you a different fight. You can keep on doing that until you get the fight you want. It does take a lot of time, but you don't get soft locked.
Yeah, but
Because
that's
good to know.
still dumb.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah,
But we need to put what we got.
That's just Minish Cap being Minish Cap. It's probably just because Droplets has so many flags for different events, like the pillars in the basement, or even the states of the light holes, to throw up some ice using light that comes from above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we said before earlier, it's very linear. It's not like OT where there's very few flags what set things do. So it really does affect a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, this was a fun seat. I had fun. I don't know how many band points I outscored with that though. I
That's
don't
the
think so many.
calculation,
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
just have
really think that much either. To get them
Yeah.
up where me and Myth are.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean-
yeah, Hendrus. How long do we have left on the ban list?
Almost precisely a month.
Okay, it's the end of June. Great.
Yeah, end of June.
Okay, Myth, there's still hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
please,
so
please,
Myth.
other people roll seeds.
Myth. Let me ask you this. Do you still want to roll the grand final seed?
Yeah, no, I'm still rolling grand finals.
You do realize if that's at the end of the month and you manage to make a banned seed that gets you banned over me, you're screwing yourself over.
Myth, you gotta keep in mind that you're in the lead by about 1.2 points,
Oh,
Which is-
really? Okay.
which is a lot. So you're
Well-
on 4.2.
Deoxys just needs to roll one more seed then.
A bad one, yeah.
Or me. Or
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So,
either you
you're
or
saying
Noe.
there's a chance.
There's always a chance.
I'll tell you what, Myth. I'll roll the weekly tomorrow. I'll give you a seed. You can just hand it out to whoever restreams it.
Speaking of the weekly, make sure to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Rom asked to roll the weekly last week, so they actually have priority.
Oh,
Yeah. Ah.
okay. That's gonna be an interesting one. I mean, like, are there any last questions for our runners right now? About this wonderful race, which was amazingly close. Like, I have to give props to both of you. Like, was an interesting race.
Yeah. I think Batitude told us both.
Quite.
Yeah.
Well, Hendrix, you did make your clowns anti-clockwise.
I made them counterclockwise because if I would have made them clockwise, I would have been straight in the line of fire for one of Bati's electric ball, for one of Bati's
just
balls.
dodge. Just dodge
Yeah.
forehead.
Yeah, just dodge.
Just don't get hit, forehead.
Yeah,
Just make your clones clockwise forehead.
yeah. Also got a bit told by Bati's first arm in Bati 3,
Well,
since that got blocked by the other one.
so,
I couldn't line up properly.
you know what is funny right now?
What?
ZSR2 and ZSR3 are also done at the same time.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That
So-
timing.
Yeah, the timing is amazing today, so we
Yeah.
decided to have a joint raid target that all three Zelda channels will go to.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
So that one runner of this time the Majora's Mask Randomizer Weekly will have some fun.
Ooh,
But
nice.
this
Yeah.
is not all on this channel. Like, obviously, there will be more Minish Cap Randomizer tournament matches. Like, I think there is like Vincent Francois someday happening, right? There is something with them.
Have they scheduled
They
yet?
they haven't
Have they
scheduled yet, so far as I know. But that's coming soon. Tomorrow, the Minish Cap Randomizer Weekly. Join in. It will be way more people in a randomizer fashion. So it's actually pretty hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, and later today, we do actually have the NA Weekly of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. And a qualifier race of the A Link to the Past Randomizer Crossworld Key Sanity Tournament. So that's a lot of hype. And I hope we can see you all there.
Oh, you'll see me there.
Nice.
Yeah.
In that sense, we're gonna raid the wonderful Zoe, who actually decided to join in Majora's Mask Randomizer Weekly this time. So, already got a raid by ZSR2. Now we're gonna make it ZSR3's also got through. So, who's left? We are left. So, cheer them on. Make it a great raid. See you all in the next stream, and goodbye.
So yeah.
See ya.
Later.